welcome to my kitchen. This week's exercise is about mind mapping. Most of you will have done mind mapping at some point during your school life or subsequently, sometimes in an ordered way, sometimes without thinking about it. The mind mapping we're talking about today is not drawing complex diagrams that move things all over the place, although that is one of the ways that you can do it. What we're really doing with mind mapping here is finding, that's my dog, finding different ways to see and understand and have an empathetic connection to the problems that we're dealing with. So my problem today is going to be a drawer that I have in the kitchen. I've basically emptied most of the things out of the drawer. I actually don't want you to see how bad it is. I've emptied a whole heap of things out of the drawer, and we're going to go through a mind mapping exercise with it. What I want you to do is find a similar situation in your house. Could be your fridge, that's what Liedeke and Ogilvy suggests that you use. You might have an old CD collection. I thought about doing with that. You might have knitting wool, Lego toys or small toys from when you or your kids were little. I thought about doing the exercise perhaps with a box that we have here with a whole heap of Thomas the Tank Engine stuff from when my son was a little kid. So for today, I'm just picking that drawer in the kitchen, which most people have, that's just got lots of disorganized stuff in it. And I want to make some order out of the chaos. So let's go. So what did I end up with here? Excuse the wobbly camera. I ended up with a couple of different things. Here I've ended up with a pile of cutlery. Basically over here I've got things that I use for eating Chinese food. Nice set of chopsticks there, and some probably cheaper everyday plastic versions. I've got a soup ladle here, which is kind of all on its own and very shiny in this light. The grater that's there is on its own too. I found a couple of funnels. Here is a collection of implements that you might use, I hope you're not getting dizzy here, that you might use for straining things. Traditional colander, one of these plastic ones, which is quite nice. And here one for tea leaves, but also this one, again, good for a bit of Asian food, good for picking things out of the fryer and draining the oil off. Got a couple of set of tongs here. They're a little bit different. I wasn't really able to find anything to do with my machete, although you never know what will happen. Like I said, the grater on its own. These things for picking up corn. I've got a selection of measuring cups here. And I've got a selection of, there's quite a big kit here, things that I stir stuff with. This one actually comes from a machine I use in the kitchen. I've got some whisks, wooden spoons, and actually thinking about it even as I look at this, maybe I should be separating out these ones. Okay, so I've got these piles. This gives me an opportunity to identify what's happening and what the connections are between them. So I might have a go at doing that next. What other ways could I arrange these things? Actually, let's start. That actually makes me think, well, maybe what I should be doing is pulling out too, just a different kind of cutlery. Box isn't helpful to us at the moment. So maybe now I've just ended up with another way of subsetting. I can look at my implements for stirring, and they kind of fit into two categories. So we can start with two, maybe three actually. The ones with slots, the whisks, and just the basic stirring implements. Even then I could separate out further if I wanted to. Into wooden spoons and these ones that are made out of whatever this stuff is. In looking at that, I might want to actually pull these ones together separate them that way. You can look at my mixing cups. Look at ones that fit together this way. Maybe actually I should approach this in an entirely different way. Maybe I should sort things out by colour. Why not? And so that last exercise, basically my order was roughly the size of the implements. What can I learn from that? Well, you know, it's limited, I suspect, but what I can learn is I obviously need significantly more space for a colander than I do for these little things at the end, these little corn spikes. But one of the things I did learn doing that is some of these things, when you pick them up, they hurt. So maybe when I rearrange the drawer, I need to think about it slightly differently. Okay, over to you. I want you to start to draw some conclusions from whatever it is that you're sorting out at your place. I'm going to go back to my coffee. Cheers.